While the Western Roman Empire was splintering into chaotic factions in the 4th century, the Indian subcontinent was moving in the opposite direction. They were entering an era of immense, concentrated wealth. Between 319 and 550 CE, the Gupta Empire minted a standardized gold currency known as the dinara. They produced these coins at a staggering 94% gold purity. The Gupta state controlled roughly 5 million square kilometers, stretching from the Himalayas to the southern plateaus. Across that vast territory, they absorbed and stockpiled foreign gold at record rates. Because of that sheer volume, this single gold coin offers a physical barometer for the rise, the peak, and the eventual catastrophic collapse of India's golden age. To understand how they generated this wealth, we look back to the year 320 CE. Through a combination of military conquests and a strategic marriage to the powerful Lichvi princess Kumaradevi, a ruler named Chandragupta I unified the fractured Ganges Valley. His new dynasty took a different economic approach than the regimes that came before them. Where previous governments, like the Mauryans, strictly enforced direct state monopolies over critical industries like mining and salt, the Guptas decentralized. They backed away from direct control, empowering local village assemblies, wealthy regional landlords, and private citizens to manage their own land and production. By removing the bottleneck of state micromanagement, they unleashed a sprawling, motivated network of private enterprise. The state stepped out of the way, creating the conditions needed for a massive economic boom. Urban manufacturing centers like Varanasi and Mathura rapidly expanded to meet the new demand. They churned out highly sought-after luxury goods, processing raw materials into fine textiles, harvesting precious stones, and weaving native wild silk. The artisans of the Gupta period developed exceptional technical skills to create these exports. You can see the precision of their master craftsmen in intricate ivory carvings like this one, which required years of highly specialized training to produce. That technical sophistication extended to heavy industry. The Mehraluli Ayan pillar in Delhi is a testament to their advanced metallurgy, a towering iron structure forged with such chemical precision that it has resisted rusting for over 1,500 years. To organize this massive output, merchants and artisans formed powerful corporate guilds known as the Sreni. These organizations functioned like a hybrid of a modern corporation and a bank. They set production standards, issued loans, and meted out justice using their own autonomous legal codes. The elite merchants and caravan traders who ran these guilds accumulated immense fortunes. Frescoes in the Ajanta caves give us a window into their daily lives, depicting the lavish clothing, architectural grandeur, and social prestige of the Gupta mercantile class. With master artisans on the factory floor and highly organized banking guilds running the logistics, the Gupta Empire built a domestic manufacturing machine that the rest of the ancient world eagerly paid to access. The empire's geography gave them a massive logistical advantage. Sitting directly on the Silk Road, they acted as the central hub between East Asia and the Mediterranean. Indian merchants pumped luxury goods outward, while foreign gold and silver flowed back to settle the trade deficit. They didn't rely exclusively on overland routes. Through bustling eastern maritime ports like Tamralipti, caravan traders loaded deep-water vessels to expand their reach down into Sri Lanka and across Southeast Asia. This favorable balance of trade created a surplus of precious metals. The Gupta kings took that inbound foreign wealth, melted it down, and minted millions of gold dinaras, effectively turning global demand into hard domestic wealth. By the middle of the 6th century, the empire's global supply chain began to unravel. As the Byzantines established their own domestic sericulture using smuggled silkworm eggs, India's monopoly on the Western silk trade began to erode. The high profit margins that had once fueled the Gupta treasury were gradually siphoned off as the Western markets became self-sufficient. Compounding the loss, expanding Arab forces began blocking vital overland caravan routes to Europe. At the same time, violent waves of Huna invasions in the north forced the Gupta state into a brutal, protracted war, rapidly draining their military and financial reserves. Facing severed trade routes, lost monopolies, and massive military expenditures, the inflow of foreign gold stopped. The empire's elite export economy was paralyzed. This chart tracks the dinara's gold content across the Gupta kings, providing mathematical proof of the empire's crash. Later rulers made physical coins heavier to maintain a facade of strength, but actual gold purity plummeted from 94 to sub 50% under Vishnugupta, the final ruler. The economic fallout was devastating. Without foreign capital, guilds disbanded, the money-lending economy evaporated, and manufacturing centers decayed. The population was forced to abandon the cities and fall back on agriculture. The entire subcontinent transitioned into a decentralized, self-sufficient agrarian feudal society, where everyday transactions relied on barter in cowrie shells instead of gold. The decline of the dinara illustrates how tightly the Golden Age was tethered to external markets. When those global trade arteries were severed, the wealth that had sustained the empire's sophisticated urban culture simply vanished.